Hey everyone, welcome to Purling Through Life. My name's Melissa and I'm coming to you from the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. I hope everyone is doing well. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. So this is my channel all about my knitting, my crochet, and yarn. And today is a weekly update video. And I have 2 finished objects, 4 works in progress, and a tiny bit of acquisitions to share with you. So let's get started with the finished objects. And my first finished object is a knit washcloth / dishcloth. And here it is. And this, let's see. So this is a works in progress that I had forgot about. And I was rummaging around in the yarn room and I came across it and it was about halfway done. So I said, well, let's complete it, and it is done. I hope you can see it. Can you see the dragonfly on there? And I believe that I started doing this last year for a make-along for things to do with Outlander, and obviously I didn't finish it in time for that, but I have since finished it. And this is the Outlander Dragonfly in Amber cloth. It is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry, and I'm not sure that I paid for it. I think I got it free, but it's a paid-for pattern now. It's like $2. And this is, I used 100% cotton yarn, and here's the yarn label. This is from Hobby Lobby. It's Crafter's Secret Cotton, and this is what I have left. And this was no, don't want to say that yet. It was 120 yards, 71 grams. It's a number 4 medium. And the colorway is papaya. So there is the label. And I believed I used a 4mm knitting needle. So there we go. And I'll link everything down below if you're interested in anything that I have to show you today. I'll link the patterns, the yarn, and project bags. So my second finished object is also a knit. I actually don't have any crochet today, but here is my second finished object, and they are knit mittens. Here they are, and these are a free pattern on Ravelry. It is by Tincanknits, and they are called the World's Simplest Mittens. So they're finished, and I was able to get them to match because I like striped yarn, self-striping yarn, and I like it to match. So there they are, and they fit good. When I blocked them, at first I was like, wow, they really grew. They did a little bit, but that's okay. So here they are. There they are. And really very easy, very, very easy pattern. And I think I did okay where you attach, where you do the thumb after you put it on waste yarn. And then when you've got the rest of the mitten complete, you do the thumb. So from attaching that, you pick up a stitch, but then there's inevitably a bit of a hole there. You have to stitch together. And I think it came out okay. Not bad. So, yep. And so this is Knit Picks Felici Worsted Weight yarn. And it's been discontinued. Sad. And yes, so what about it? So it's a worsted weight yarn, and this is what I had, a 100-gram skein for 218 yards, and this is what I have left. And so to get it to match, I cut some of the yarn apart, so I have this little bit here. And here's the label. It is 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon, and this is, the colorway is Punch Bug. But like I said, sadly, this has been discontinued. And the needles I used, so I did use the needles it called for. And let's see, let me just look here. So for this part, I used a 3.75, and then for the body, I used a 4.5 needle, and the thumb as well. And I just did this. Did I say this is a free pattern? If not, it is. So I did this a little bit different. It calls for a 1x1 ribbing, but my 1x1 ribbing always comes out messy. I don't like it, so I did a 2x2 ribbing. And at first, it was really, really scrunched in. I thought it looked weird, but after blocking it, I think it looks okay. And so I actually, this is supposed to be 4 inches, and I only did it to 3.5, and I think that's good enough. So there they are. And I have a hat that I knit last year, maybe the year before, that matches this. And I have like 3 more colorways, 2 skeins each of this Felici Worsted Weight yarn that I think I may do hat and mittens sets. So there are all of my finished objects. So now on to works in progress, and I have 4 to share with you. And the first one is living in this bag. This is by Tea Doodles, and these are a pair of knit socks. So the last time I showed this, I was still working on one of the socks, and now I have finished the sock, or it's off the needles, and it's just waiting for the heel. So I think this is where I was last time, and that progress keeper is by Simply Serving. So I finished all of this. I knit my socks top down, cuff down, and I will do an afterthought heel. That's where I place my afterthought heel. I like to do a shorty sock. And let's see, so I cast on 64 stitches, and I'm using DPNs for these, a 2.25 millimeter needle. So here is the first sock, just waiting for the heel. And here is the second sock. There we go. Oh, let me show it to you. Here we go. So here is the second sock. And I've got I'm past the heel where I'm going to do the heel. So, yeah. So like I said, this is a 2.25 needle, 2.25 millimeter needle, magic loop, 64 stitches. I like to do a shorty sock. So there is how much of the leg, or really the ankle, that I do. I do a 2x2 rib for 15 rounds. This is about 20 rounds. And then the foot is anywhere between 65 to 70 rounds, depending on, I don't know, the thickness of the yarn, my tension that day, whatever. And let's see, so this is the yarn, this is what's left, and this is by Nomadic Yarns. And here is her label, and the colorway for this is October Sky. It's on the Twisty sock base, 400 yards, 100 grams, 80% superwash merino, and 20% nylon. So that is my first works in progress. And let's move on to the second one. So here's my second one, and it's living in this bag. And this is by Twisted Yarn and Fibers. And this is a new cast on. I started this past week. And it's a free pattern on Ravelry. It is the Sockhead Slouch hat. And I am doing this, or I started this because I wanted to try out new needles that I recently got. And so this is where I am so far. So the Sockhead Slouch hat is a free pattern, and I'm still doing the ribbing. So you do the ribbing for 4 inches, and then you start your hat, and it's for fingering, well, let's see. Yes, Sockhead, so it's for fingering, it's for fingering weight yarn. So I have about, I think I have another inch to go before I start the body of the hat. So this is what I have so far. And this is the yarn that I'm using. And let's see, this is Lane's Du Nord paint sock. There's the label. And the colorway is color 10. And let's see, so this is 100 grams, 458 yards, and what is it, 75, well, it's 75% wool and 25% nylon. I can't tell whether it is superwash or not, but it's 75-25. And there it is. And I'm using a 2.25 on these needles right here. And these are the Brick House Fiber Arts needle, and they are homemade needles. So they're made, you know, it's a very small company. They're made at home. And these are hexagon circular knitting needles. And I have the 16-inch circular. There we go. And I have to say, I'm really liking these needles. They're nice and light. The cord has absolutely no memory. Not that in a hat it matters as much, but it's just really nice. It's very nice, sharp. Well, they're not sharp, but they're very, the tips are very pointy. They're not sharp like high sharps, but they're nice and pointy, and they're just really nice to knit with so far. The join is really good right here where the cord meets the needle. I don't know if this is helping any. It's really nice. It's nice and smooth. So I'm really liking this, liking these needles. And I will link their website down below. If you do knit and you want to try something different, I would, go and give them a look. They're a little bit pricey, but it's, they're handmade at home. It's a small business, and there's a lot more needles they want to come out with, and I'm excited for them to try all kinds of their needles. So moving on to my next works in progress, and this is living in this bag. This is by Cedar Hill Farms, and this is another free pattern by tincanknits. This is the Flax sweater, and I've shown this before, so I'll show you my progress. Get out the yarn and the yarn label. So let's see. So here we are. So I am knitting this. It's a free pattern, and it goes, the sizes of the pattern go all the way from baby to 4X, I think. There's a lot of sizes. So I'm doing the child's 4 to 6-year-old size. And here it is. And where that pumpkin is where I was. So I've knit all of that. I believe that's another Progress Keeper stitch marker from Simply Serving as well. So I've knit that. I'm very close to, you have to get to 9 inches from under the yarn. So I am, oh, that's okay, that's fine. I'm very close to starting the waist, or the ribbing at the bottom. So I'm getting close. And let's see, the yarn, here's the yarn. This is a Knit Picks yarn. It is the Brava Worsted Weight in the Speckles line. Here it is. This is the second skein of yarn that I'm using so far. And here's the label. And this is a number 4 worsted weight, 100% premium acrylic. It is 218 yards, 100 grams, and the color is Snow Day Speckle. And right now, I believe I'm using, for the body, I think it's a 5mm. Yes, 5mm. And the only thing on the back, but it's okay. See, there's a bit of pooling there. See that? But this is the back. Oh, it looks worse on the, it's okay. So that's on the back. Anything else about that? I think that's it. And then I have one more project to share with you. And it is living in this bag. This is a bag by Nomadic Yarns. It is Diagon Alley. And let's see, I don't really know how I'm going to do this. This is the Aurora Cabin Shawl by Stephen West. It is getting ginormous. I don't really want to... I'll take it out. All of the yarns, I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to show you all of the yarns because I've shown this a million times. And I'll just tell you the yarn that I'm using. And yeah, that's it. So here, oh, it's getting ginormous. I don't know how I'm going to show you this. So this is it. I'm working on it, and I think the best way, I'll do it upside down. So I am on the second to the last section. I think the last time I showed this, I was about here, so I have done all of that. And that's a lot. That's like 20 rows, and it's like there's like 700 stitches, 750 stitches on the needles. So each row now takes me a half hour to do. And especially, you see this here, or well, one of the rows, let's just say I have to use a cable needle, and that takes me a long time. So let's see, I don't really know how well you can see it, but here it is. I don't know what you're seeing, but I still have a lot to do. And it feels like it's such a big shawl, but it just doesn't feel like that deep. But I mean, look at the stretch of it when it blocks out. I'm going to have to get more mats. And there is an option with this. This was last year's Hybrid Knit Along. I would really like to get this done before this year's Hybrid Knit Along starts, which is in December. Well, it gives you the pattern earlier than that, but the actual knit along, it's not a mystery knit along. Like, you see the pattern and you see it like maybe even a month before the actual knit along starts. So but I would like to get this done before then. So anyway, in the pattern there is an option once you get this section done that you can bind off and be done. And I'm very tempted to do that because the last section, I believe the stitches go up to over well, I know. I don't know why I say I believe. They do. They go up to over 1,000 stitches. But the last section is like a chevron, and it's really nice. And I don't think, you know, you can do as many or as little rows as you want. So, I don't know. We'll see. I still have probably another 40 rows of this left. See, this is what the full section looks like. So I have, yeah. I really want to be done with it. So the yarn, all the yarns, there's 5 different colors in here. And they're palette by Knit Picks. It's fingering weight, 231 yards, 50 gram skeins. So there's 5 colors, and I have 2 skeins, 100 grams for each color. And it is 100% Peruvian wool. And so that is the label of the yarn. And the needles, I'm using a 3.5. So I did, doesn't look, that was a lot. And I still have like 40 more rows to go. Yeah, probably. So there it is. And I really want it, it's perfect time for this to be done because it'll be nice to wear. And this yarn, because it's just, it's 100% wool, Peruvian Highland wool. It's not superwash merino wool. It's not as soft and as like, you know, a lot of hand-dyed yarns or superwash wools, superwash merino wools. It's got a little bit of a, I guess you'd say like a tooth to it. It's, I like that kind of yarn. And I do know once this will get washed and that, it's just, for me, it's just going to be so nice and cozy. I can't wait. And I put this up and I think that would make such a lovely yoke of a sweater. Wouldn't it? It would. So there's that. Maybe one day I'll get this done. One time I showed it and someone put in the comments that they called it their never-ending shawl. And I'm like, yes, that's exactly what it is. All right, so that is all of my works in progress. And so now I have just a little bit of acquisitions I'd like to share with you. First off, I have a skein of yarn that I want to show. Last week, I did a video about the Southeastern Animal Fiber Fair that my husband and I attended. And I have another skein of yarn to show you from that. Another hank of yarn to show you from that, and it's from Miss Babs. So during the same weekend as SAF, Rhinebeck, which is another very big, this one is a, you know, everyone's heard of Rhinebeck. So anyway, Rhinebeck was the same weekend as SAF. So Miss Babs was at Rhinebeck, and she wasn't at SAF, but she still did a colorway for SAF, and you ordered it online, and I did because I am a sucker for Miss Babs show colorways. And so it came in the mail the following week. I think I got it on Wednesday, and here it is. Oh, it's beautiful. Just beautiful. I love these. So it is called the Radiant Cloudscape. Can you see there? Can you see? And it says SAF 2023. And this is on the tart base. I like to get the tart base because there are 500 yards and for 122 grams. So it's a nice big skein hank of fingering weight yarn. And it's 75% superwash merino wool, 15% nylon, and 10% tencel. Just, Miss Babs. I love Miss Babs. So there we go. That is the show colorway for SAF for this year. And then the other thing, it was my birthday last week, and my kids got me a knitting book, and here it is. It is the Disney's Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, the official knitting guide to Halloween Town and Christmas Town. And it is by Tanis Gray. So I have just about all of these books except for the Disney book, which I didn't want to get the Disney book, but now I have to get it because I have all the others. And I got this, my kids love this movie. I've never seen the movie. I'm familiar with it, the characters, but I've never seen the movie, so now I'll have to watch the movie. And let's see. So I don't think I have time because I have to go get my granddaughter. So I don't know if I have time to show everything, but oh my goodness, there is adorable things in here. So look at Jack Skellington. Look at that. There he is. And then the Christmas one, I have to show you that, because I don't want to show any patterns. There's the Christmas one. Even though I've never seen the movie, I am just in love with these patterns. And then, of course, I'm going to have to make this for my daughter. Oogie Boogie. Evidently, she was like, oh, okay, yes, I would like that. Isn't that cute? I've seen that Oogie Boogie. And this is by Susan Claudino, the pattern. So I've seen that character, but I don't know anything about it. Let's see, well, look at this hat. This is the skeletal reindeer hat. That's cute. That's really cute. And let's see. There was a sweater in here I thought was really nice. This is the Harlequin pullover. I thought that was really nice. Like, you could, you know, you could do that in different colors. You know, it wouldn't have to have any reference to the movie. It's just a nice sweater. Let's see what else. Oh, I did like this one. These are nice. These are festive stockings. Those are, especially the middle one, the red and black and green one. I really like that. It's a really good book. It really is. Yeah, I think oh, this is cool. This is the Jack's Tailcoat cardigan. Oh, sorry for the glare. Oh, I don't know if you'll be able to see too well. This is a better picture of it. So, anyway, I can't show all the patterns. I've got to get my granddaughter, but I'm shockingly really, really love this book. The patterns are really not, there's a lot of color work, and it's just colorful, and I really, really like it. And my kids are excited because they love this movie. And so now I'm going to have to watch this movie. So that is my last acquisition to share with you, and that is actually the last thing I have to talk about today. So thank you all for watching. If you've lasted this long, I very much appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed what I had to show you today. So let's see, that's it. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you soon. So until then, bye for now.